You're live.
According to the words, we are live.
Live.
And alive.
Yes.
And giving high fives. And talking jive. Your turn.
While we thrive.
I wanted you to talk some jive.
I know.
Oh, you didn't want to do that. Until we're 75. That would be a really long show, because we're not close to 75 yet.
Not
Friends.
Yet. Mm-hmm.
Here, let me...
Sorry. The agenda. For April 5th, not 4th, breezy introductions to satisfy Robbie. Thank you.
Hey, dudes. I'm Matthew.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Robbie.
There you go. See, they knew who we were,
yes.
and we didn't have to get overly formal or official.
Yes.
Robbie doesn't like to be official at the outset of a program such as this.
I don't at all.
Guys, how are you? Happy Sunday afternoon, April 5th.
Or morning, should you be elsewhere in the world. Or evening, should you be elsewhere in the world.
That's true. It's mid-morning in the great state of California. Also, I spoke to my friend Cheeto today, who's in Australia, and he said, how are we going to get on this story hour, you guys? And I talked to him about the fact that every episode is archived for people in Australia's enjoyment. And he said, well, thank you, Matthew.
Oh.
It wasn't quite that formal of a conversation. We were more casual about that. We caught up. He's a university professor there.
I don't know who Cheeto is.
I used to sing with him in a singing group called the Spring Streeters. Did you know, my friends, that I was in an a cappella group in college?
Oh, boy.
Did you know, my friends, that Robbie has sort of a bad attitude about a cappella groups? Because at the college we attended, there were no fewer than 6 a cappella groups. And Robbie
I had one friend in each a cappella group. I had to go to so many a cappella concerts to be nice to my friends. I'm so tired of a cappella. A cappella means singing without any accompaniment.
A doo-doo, a doo-doo, a doo-doo, a doo-doo-doo-doo, a
What song is
doo-doo.
this?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Oh,
so
if
it's
you
a bunch
keep
of
going,
it's a bunch of different guys or gals or a
Or
little
guys
bit
and
of
gals.
each singing just part. They're
Yes.
sort of like an orchestra
Right.
with just their mouths.
sounds. So there's a lot of ooh.
That would be a part of it too. A doo doo, a doo doo, a doo doo, a doo 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 doo, a doo doo. That was pretty good. We should have our own a cappella
No,
group.
we should not.
Robbie wouldn't do it. You
Yes.
need more people. Now, have you ever heard of a barbershop quartet?
Well, I like barbershop quartets.
I know. So that's 4 people, usually 4 men, but not always, singing the 4 different traditional male parts: tenor 1, tenor 2, baritone, and bass. And by harmonizing, they
Why
can...
barbershop? What is it about barbershops that make them sing?
I'm imagining that at one point that kind of music happened in a barbershop.
I would like someone to do some research on why they are called barbershop quartets.
I don't know, but barbershop quartets, if you have access to the YouTube because your parents let you do it, Google like barbershop quartet. The sounds of the 4 voices harmonizing, it's really quite thrilling.
Yeah, why do I like barbershop quartets, but I don't really like a cappella?
I think the songs that the a cappella groups in college sing probably weren't to your liking. They were usually 80s hits or early 90s hits, both of which make Robbie go, yeah! She has no taste, is the point. Anyway, barbershop quartet music. Let us move on to another piece.
Oh, a theme song.
Theme song is kind of like a 9-second barbershop quartet because Drew harmonizes with himself.
true.
He's not just singing one note, he's singing a bunch of notes together, creating chords.
Was Drew in an a cappella group?
Drew was in the octet, which was
that's
another
right.
a cappella group.
One of the ones that I had to attend.
Your friend Casey was
My
in the
friend
octet.
Casey was in the
yes.
octet.
All right, here we
right.
go. I think Drew was the leader of the octet.
I think he was, wasn't he?
He was.
He was the director.
The director. He pointed at people and said, "Sing your part better!"
Yes.
He never would. He's so nice. He never would.
All right, you
All right,
ready?
yes.
The Robbie and Matthew, the Robbie and Matthew Show.
Oh, it got me. It got me.
I feel like
What? Did you hear
that's
some...
different. That was a bunch of people harmonizing.
Right.
If it had been like in the style of a
Barbershop
cappella
quartet,
group,
yeah.
it wouldn't have been everybody singing at the same time. One of them would have been like going oom ba ba oom ba ba.
Well,
oom,
but
ba, ba.
Drew laid down some bass. Drew's version of bass, which is still pretty high, because he's not like a bass singer. He's a pretty high
But
singer.
it was singing.
Drew,
It
can
wasn't-
you
All right.
break down this song for us and tell us what the different voices are doing? Maybe tell one of the E's to tell us. Let's see. Yay theme song. How are you, Matthew and Robbie?
Yes.
Okay, so hi William.
William.
Different people. Just
Lamb
wow.
and Turtle have been here since 11:30 or something.
Like twirly birds? Is that what you're saying?
Twirly
Let's see
tweets.
let's see what's happening next. What does
All
that
right.
say?
Show cover of Marvin.
Oh, I need to have the cover of Marvin. So I'm going to actually skip. We're going to drink water
Here,
first.
look, I'll show you the cover of Marvin.
I'm going to get the cover.
You're gonna, okay,
no,
never
go ahead.
mind.
Go ahead and show the cover
I
of
was
Marvin
just
while
gonna
we drink
click
water.
over.
Friends, enjoy
There
the
we
cover
go.
of Marvin
There's the
while we
cover of
drink water.
Marvin.
On your marks,
Cheers.
get set, drink nice and slow,
Prost.
my friends. Nice and slow. The cover of Marvin was put there to delight you because later we're going to read it. But first, we have another thing we're going to do, which is, what does that say?
Welcome, new subscriber, Meat Fists.
Oh, yeah. It tells me
Yikes.
whenever we get a new YouTube subscriber, and you guys have been joining us like a great flock of delighted bumblebees
Meat
lately.
Fists.
And the most recent subscriber's name is Meat Fists. I don't know what to think about that. It puts into my mind all sorts of imagery. But welcome, Meat Fists. If you're on the show today, welcome to our midst. What does this say?
Game review by August.
Augie is going to teach us a game. Hold on.
No, he's not going to teach us a game. He's going to.
He's going to
This
hawk
is
a
like
product.
he's going to hawk a product. This is like an advertisement for a game that we've been playing, which is super fun.
It's not an advertisement as much as it's telling you guys. It's giving you guys some ideas. This is a game called Treasure Fog. Here,
Let's
Og,
find treasure hunters.
come on, sit down, Og. Show him. Tell him. This is a game our friend Christopher recommended.
Here, why don't you
because-
stand up because you're a little short on that.
All right. So tell us, what is it called?
Ghost Fight and Treasure Hunters.
Why do you like it?
I like it because it's a co-op game. So you're all on a team together to try to get all the gems in the mansion.
From a parent perspective, I like that aspect of it as well. There's
Wait,
not.
can
Yes.
you open that, please?
Yeah. We're going to show the pieces.
I want to tell you the aspect that I like.
Are fun. All right.
My favorite aspect of it is these demons
Because
that
Robbie,
go into the haunted rooms.
Robbie herself has some demonic qualities. But
Look, it's got eyes.
But what about the cute little fuzzy ghost?
I also like the cute
Wait,
ghosts.
August is talking about this product.
Oh, sorry.
August, tell us what you like about this product.
Surely you like the ghosts too, Augie.
Yeah, I do.
So what do? You go around and you try to collect.
You try to collect all of the gems.
Yeah. Okay. Here,
and
I'm going to show one. Yeah.
You can play either in basic mode or advanced mode.
Yeah.
So what you do is
Wait.
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt again. The gems are disappointing because
They're not.
a piece of cardboard. But Augie, tell what the gems do.
Look at this.
They can go in your backpack.
I do agree that the gems being made of plastic or something would have been slightly better. But friends, overall quality pieces, plastic, little molded ghosts.
The gem goes in his backpack, so you can take
Can
it
you
back
hold
out
that for a
of the
second,
house.
Robbie? Where's the box? Here. And then the gameplay is a mansion that you have to navigate. You have to get rid of ghosts. You have to find treasure. You have to escape in time.
Wait. We keep interrupting Augie's review.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
So basically what you do is roll the die, and if it's a number that has a ghost icon on it, then you draw a card, and the card has either
you know what, Uggs?
has something
Too
on
much
it.
detail,
Too
my
much
friend.
detail.
High
Just-
level.
just
What's
top
the goal?
level.
The goal
Yes.
is to do
The
what?
goal is to get all the gems,
Yeah.
and try not to get 6 rooms haunted.
Yes,
You
and you have
get
to
a-
battle the ghosts.
Yeah, you get a room haunted by having 3 ghosts in one room.
Yeah. Well done.
Pro tip: if Jasper wants to be on your team,
Don't
put him
let
in an app instead.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. When instead of rolling the dice, he either clutches it
just
or chucks
screams.
it.
Yeah.
August, thank you. Please take Ghost Fight and Treasure Hunters in the other room. And it's been really a pleasure spending this time with you.
Thank you, Augie.
Goodbye, August. Thank you. Whew. All right.
All right.
It's super fun.
Oh,
and really,
we have a recommendation from
What
one
is-
of the E's.
tell me, yes?
Try 5-Minute Dungeon. That sounds good.
That's
5 minutes
is that another
about-
game?
Apparently.
Or is that a
Yes.
modification of Ghost
Yeah.
Fight and Treasure Hunters? All right, friends, we are going on to Robbie Reads Marvin. Oh, I was
read
going to
Marvin.
get Marvin during that
Yes.
time when I was fetching August.
Yes. Oh,
Got Marvin!
look, Beth is back. Beth, she's
is
wondering if she's still in a timeout or if she's out of a timeout.
Did I put her in a timeout?
I put her in a timeout.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think I put her in a timeout. I was just rebuking her for not showing up. But then
Lamb
you-
and Turtle second the 5-minute dungeon recommendation.
Okay.
So maybe we have to get that book.
We'll check
I mean,
it out.
That game.
so is Beth out of timeout or not? You decide if you're the one who put her in there.
Yes.
Okay.
She's done her fair duty.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
All
enough.
right.
All right, go on. We're going to
All right.
read this thing. This
gonna
is
read
our
this
book
thing.
about a snake. May I please have the keyboard? Unless you want me to read the book. No, you want to read the book.
Okay.
Okay.
Marvin, I'm going to turn the first page, Matthew, and then
I
you
will
are in
behave
charge.
myself. Marvin by Matthew Swanson and Robbie Bear. Here we go.
Indeed. All right. Marvin had no hands or feet, of course. Oh, why is our little frame lit up? There we go.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I bet that was deeply upsetting to
No,
the viewers.
Now I'm going to change the channel again.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
He lay in the sun and tried to find shapes in the clouds. He curled up in his nest and dreamed of playing hopscotch with friends. But I don't have any friends.
No friends.
The worms were afraid of him, the frogs were afraid of him, and the twins were afraid of him. Knowing he was scary made Marvin sad. When he was sad, he slithered. When he slithered, he even scared the mailman. And the mailman was tall as a mountain. We have a male woman. Her name is Deanna, and she is not tall as a mountain.
She's a male goddess. She's a male
Yes,
superhero.
She is the best. Marvin thought about staying curled up in his nest forever, but that sounded boring and lonely and awful. So he hopped on a boxcar and headed west. That's what one does when one is bored. As Marvin traveled, he saw interesting things and surprising things and beautiful things and terrifying things. Eventually, he came to the desert.
The West.
In the desert, Marvin was not so scary. In the desert, Marvin was scared. But no one bothered Marvin. Everyone was so busy slithering or crawling or howling or scampering this way and that. So, Marvin stopped being scared. One day a girl came by. She was tall as a mountain. Marvin waited for her to scream and run away.
But?
She did not scream.
No.
She did not run away.
No, sir.
She read a book called Snakes of the Mojave. I am no longer scary, said Marvin. I am ready to go home. Marvin missed the frogs and worms. He missed the twins. He even missed the mailman. The ride back seemed shorter somehow. Marvin came home. Everything was just as he'd remembered it. He still scared the worms. He still scared the frogs. He still scared the twins. These guys are total wussies, thought Marvin. So Marvin lay in the sun and tried to find shapes in the clouds. He knew he was not scary, and so he was not sad, and so he did not slither. He scared the mailman anyway. If snakes could smile, Marvin would have. But they can't. The end.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, I want to show some things in this book. If you guys have any questions about Marvin,
Yes.
please write them in the side.
Yes, this is the second time we've read this book, so you should have different questions.
And
More questions.
Kenny and Beth need to have a little sidebar conversation. This is not a place for bickering, friends. All right? Here we go. Marvin.
Yes.
All right? Marvin had no hands and feet, of course. That's what you expect. He's a
Right,
snake.
he's a snake. Look how cute
Now
he
look
is.
at this. He's looking up at the clouds, and he's trying to find shapes, but there are no shapes.
Yes.
Keep that in mind for later. Here, he curled in his nest and dreamed of playing hopscotch, but I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Marvin thinks that the problem with not being able to play hopscotch is friend-related. Can Marvin play hopscotch even if he did have friends?
Yes,
I just want to
indeed.
point out, friends, that you need legs to hop, so far as I know. I know some snakes can leap, and some snakes can climb trees and jump out of trees.
I don't like those snakes.
Right, but I don't think snakes can play hopscotch. I don't want to doubt them, but I think that's a limitation that comes with being a snake.
Yes,
We'll see.
of not having arms or legs.
All right, the worms, the frogs, the twins. I mean, understandable. Snakes are scary. The mailman. If I were a male postal clerk, if I were Deanna,
Yes.
and Marvin was on the porch,
Yes.
I would do that. I would run away.
I think that's a wise.
Yeah.
Sometimes being scared of something
Mm-hmm.
is
Erring on the side of caution.
well. Sometimes you have an irrational fear. My
Mm-hmm.
fear of snakes is an irrational
Mm.
fear. I have never been hurt by a snake. I've never been close enough, really, to any kind of dangerous snake ever to have it be a problem. I have an irrational fear of snakes, which means that it doesn't make sense. I probably shouldn't be afraid of snakes, but it's rational to have a fear of a snake that is slithering towards you. Probably, I don't know. Maybe not. it's smart to be afraid of certain things. Like, you don't just walk out in the street without looking both ways.
No, that is not wise.
Because you're scared to get hit by a car. That's a good thing to be scared of.
But if you've looked both ways and you're holding your parents' hand and they say, come on, let's cross the street, and you're still scared to cross the street, that is an irrational fear.
Yes.
Because you have someone there who's helping you, and you're not going to be hit by a car at that point.
Yes.
Right? I have some... may we examine the sidebar?
Yes.
We have a few comments. Elizabeth Prophet, love the water tower saying Chestertown, but it's Chestertown West. We'll get to that in a moment when we look at that. Nope, it's in the east, says Roscoe. Stop interrupting them, Beth. Get back in timeout, says Kenny. That is a good idea. Robbie, would you please put Beth back in timeout?
I'm going to do what Kenny says.
Would you put Kenny in timeout too?
I'm going to put Kenny in
okay,
timeout.
Thank you. Well, both, though. Shouldn't they both?
I'm putting Kenny in timeout.
Oh, boy, Kenny. I'm sorry, buddy. That backfired. But we like snakes. Oh, lamb and turtle are twins, they said. But they like snakes. So the snakes, the twins depicted in Marvin are not
lamb and turtle.
Not lamb and turtle. Change the name Marvin to Kenny. No, we're not going to do that. That was a great suggestion. Kenny says he doesn't have any friends. My question is, Kenny, can you play hopscotch by yourself?
In spite of not having friends.
I think you can. I think you can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, what kind of snake is he? Oh. Melissa, that would have required Matthew to do some research. Matthew doesn't do research.
Or Robbie to do some
Matthew
research.
makes things up. So I think that there's a big black snake called a garter snake that this is.
I think garter snakes are small, aren't they? I think there's a big black snake called a black snake.
A black snake.
Yeah.
And so it is both a description and a name, a black snake. And I think that they're harmless, but also kind of big.
Yes.
But I don't know if that's the kind of snake he is or not, because I wrote this book, but I did not definitively comment.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I was walking up the street, our street in the middle of town.
Yes.
A couple years ago.
Oh, dear.
And
how does this end?
There was a giant snake on the sidewalk.
Where?
I'm
Where?
talking in front of, it was 2 doors down from Bob's house. And literally giant. I mean, it must have been 5 feet long.
That's 4.5 feet longer than I want a snake to be.
I crossed over to the other side of the street, and I still, even just thinking about it, gives me the heebie-jeebies. I think it came out of somebody's basement because it had been raining a lot.
Whoa.
All right.
We have some seriously smart happening here.
This is from William.
Okay, so this is William.
Thomas. Nope,
this is Thomas? So this is Thomas positing how Marvin could hop. Okay, so listen very carefully.
Yes.
This is how a snake could hop. Please, Robbie, would you please read the wisdom?
If Marvin were to slither. Wait, I'm going to move us back to us so you guys can actually see.
Are you qualified to read this? You just said slither wrong.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it better this time.
I
was distracted by over here.
Okay,
I'm going to do it right.
Here we go.
If Marvin were to slither in such a fashion that he formed a vertical sine wave...
That sounds like math.
Is this a sine wave? An S is a sine wave? Or is a sine wave just... Oh, this is a sine wave going up and down.
I think so. Okay. I've seen those oscilloscopes, right?
Okay.
Is it called an oscilloscope?
That he formed a vertical sine wave like this.
Like that, right?
And one took hopping to be transit by touching the ground only at certain points. Oh. Then Marvin could technically be said to hop.
That was so exquisitely stated, Thomas. I'm so impressed with your powers of articulation.
I'm going to demonstrate.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting twisted this way and that by Robbie. So I'll be the ground. Okay, here we go.
Right. And if this were Marvin, this is a sine wave.
Right.
Once you guys take geometry, you'll learn that.
Don't do it. Don't take geometry.
Okay. And if hopping were to be described as transit by only touching the ground at certain points.
Okay. Meaning,
and I guess he could do like this, bump,
no,
right? Or he can't do this.
No, I think what he's saying is, as he moves...
he would be going...
Yeah. And so he could just touch...
he could just be a sine wave.
He could just touch certain squares and not touch other squares.
Certain parts of his...
I love it. I love it. I love that observation. I love the way you stated it.
Well done.
You are a writer, my friend.
Well
you
done.
are a writer. You are a writer. Okay. Please go back because I wanted
back.
to point some things out in the narrative.
Yes.
All right.
We've got our mailman.
Please proceed. Or am I proceeding?
The...
I wanted to show this. Because
yes.
this is a landscape that Robbie put together. This is not a realistic landscape. Beth was distressed because she was applying a lens of realism to this completely unrealistic landscape. These things are not together. They're not in the same place. They're representing a bunch of different landmarks, not just in America, but in the world. Okay? So Beth, calm down. It's going to be okay. We put the Chestertown water tower
Yes,
here.
there's the Chestertown water
Not
tower.
because it's of equal magnificence as the others, but because it's important to us. So, Robbie, do you remember what some of these buildings are?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the Vatican.
So, guys,
in
look
Rome.
at the little pointer. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
See?
All right.
That is the Vatican in Rome.
Okay.
This is the Hagia Sophia
In
Istanbul. I went to visit there, and I partly went to Istanbul because I had learned about this building, and it is so beautiful.
Are you sure it was not Constantinople?
It was previously Constantinople, but it was Istanbul when I went to visit.
There's a song by the They Might Be Giants that goes, Istanbul, not Constantinople, Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's fun.
A long time gone, Constantinople.
Again,
Why did Constantinople
YouTube.
get the works?
It's nobody's business but the Turks and Robbie, Istanbul. Both Istanbul and Constantinople are fun to say. Constantinople. Those
Yes.
friends who liked the book, what is it called?
Archipelago.
Archipelago. I wish I had put Constantinople
Yes,
in there.
that's a good name.
All right, so that's the Hagia Sophia.
Hagia
What
Sophia,
else?
let
Yes?
me tell you though, when I got to Istanbul,
Yeah.
the Hagia Sophia was under construction.
What? You didn't get to go in?
I did get to go in, but it was full of what
Gotta
is
go
that
back.
stuff called?
Scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Gotta
thank
go
you.
back. Okay.
Okay. So, and this is the Colosseum in Rome, where
That's
they used
right.
to have the gladiator fights inside.
Kinda gruesome.
This is the Chestertown Water Tower,
Which is
very
the most
important.
amazing
the most amazing thing.
Okay.
Someday you guys will all come see the Chestertown Water Tower.
As
I
the
hope.
son of the Midwest, may I
Yes.
point out the St. Louis Arch, a
yes.
truly magnificent and soaring arch that is not to be mistaken for anything having to do with McDonald's. It is a great big arch that at one point I think was the tallest thing west of the Mississippi. That might be a total lie, so don't believe me, but I think at one point it was. And then this is the Washington Monument, and I
Yes.
do believe that nothing in the city of Washington,
It's
D.C.
allowed to be taller than that.
is allowed to be taller, and that is why Washington, D.C. does not have skyscrapers. It's just a sort of
Yes.
sprawl. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah?
this
What is that?
This is this skyline is Chicago. I think this back
the
one.
whole thing.
Yeah, is
and
Chicago.
is that the Sears Tower with the little pointy points on
Yes,
it? There's
that's
two
why I
antennas on the
recognize
top.
that.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this skyline is. Oh, this is Londden. See, there's
Oh, right.
there's
right.
Big Ben.
Okay.
So okay, we'll keep moving.
Okay. What is that red building? Do you
The
remember?
red building is the
The Kremlin?
Yes, in Moscow.
in Moscow.
In
okay.
Russia.
Is that like the White House of Moscow?
It is.
Except
I think
so.
I don't.
Tell us if we're wrong.
Government happens
Always
there,
tell
right?
us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
We want to know if we're wrong.
There's Big Ben.
Okay.
This is the Seattle, the Space Needle.
Space Needle. Yeah.
This is a castle in Scotland that I don't remember.
We're not
going
to dignify it with a name. No.
I just. Oh, maybe it's not Scotland. It's a castle somewhere in Europe.
Nice. Okay.
And then this is a pyramid.
Okay. But
It's the Las Vegas pyramid. It's the Luxor.
the Luxor Hotel and
Hotel.
Resort. You
And
can tell because on the top
It has a little.
it has a beam of light that shoots up toward the
Well,
heavens.
and the reason why I made this a pyramid, not the real pyramids, but the Luxor.
Because
is
wait. Show them when we get to it.
Okay, I'll
There's a reason. There's
a
another
reason.
illustration.
And then this is also the Sphinx,
Yeah.
which is in disrepair now.
Right.
It's so old in
Right.
Egypt that its nose has fallen off and stuff. But this is the Las Vegas version, which is all shiny and gold.
And what's
then
over there on the right?
This is a pagoda, which is a famous pagoda in Kyoto, but I don't remember its name.
But we've
in
been there,
Japan.
and it's so cool.
We've been there, and it's so cool.
The Golden Gate Bridge, right?
Oh,
is that
and
what that is?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. All right.
Wow,
So
okay.
those are all the landmarks, and then we have our little train going through everything down here.
All right, let us look at the next version of this spread. That's what I
Okay.
wanted to show. The next version of this. Oh, Robbie, shall I do this?
It's when they go back at
So
night.
go back.
Here we go.
So, Robbie, why did you make the...
Why did I make it the Luxor instead
Yes,
of...
why?
Yes, because I knew that there was a night scene coming up.
Yes.
And I wanted to have that awesome beam of light going up into space.
Right? Isn't that
Yeah,
cool?
so that's why I made it the Luxor.
Awesome. I love night scenes because those little windows that represent the windows can really bring the whole...
really pop
the
out.
silhouettes sort of receded in the
Yeah.
day scene, but now they pop up and you say, what is happening in each of those windows? There's a story in each of those windows. Some people are having dinner. Some people are throwing plates at the wall. Some people are playing go-go, dance, room, revolution run. And that moon is quite unrealistically large, but that's what you get to do is you can make things seem dramatic and lovely when you are an illustrator. It is the ultimate power.
I like that moon.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, and I think that the St. Louis Arch would not stand out as well without the moon to complement it in the background.
And that is indeed why I put the moon there and
you
not
go.
somewhere else.
There you go. Robbie thought through things. All right, keep going.
Look, E
what?
said
What?
it's the Edinburgh Castle. Thank you, E.
Oh.
I knew it was something.
Thank you, E. Oh, we also, somebody, Roscoe, said, I see the Batman building. Where's the
Ooh.
Batman building, Robbie?
I don't know.
You put
I
the
don't know.
Batman
I put
building
the
in
Batman
here?
building in without even knowing it.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, Kylie has been to the Colosseum and the Vatican. Awesome, Kylie.
Yes.
The Vatican, Saint Pietro,
Saint
Peter's, the church, the cathedral next to the
It
Vatican is the most inspiring piece of architecture.
Actually, that is St. Peter's.
I have
Yes.
So that's St. Peter's Basilica.
Yes.
And when you walk into this building, the
is
space
so
inside
huge.
and the dome, it's almost like staring up at the clouds. It's so high.
Crazy.
Can I tell you a truth?
Yes.
I cried when I went in
I did
there.
too.
I cried.
I did too.
I said, people built this, and I
Yes.
get to stand in this structure. I was so moved by it.
Did you go up
So-
into the dome?
Heck yeah, I did.
I did.
And I got right up close next to the mosaics.
Yes.
So from down
And when
below,
you look down at the people, they are like this big. You can't believe how big it is.
you have to do a lot of walking to get up that
Yeah.
high. So it was amazing. If you guys have a chance to go at some point.
Yes.
All right, so Elizabeth Prophet says, people throw plates at walls like that? Dang, I need a few new hobbies. Beth, one of the best ways ever to relieve frustration and tension is to get a stack of plates and throw them vigorously. I shouldn't be saying
You
this on a
should
children's
not. No,
program.
that's not good.
All right,
That's
never
not a
mind.
recommendation.
Never mind. Don't do that. I'm not recommending it. I was just saying it's a thing
Have
that
you
has
ever
been...
done it?
I am not going to answer that question on a children's program. What? All right, move on.
I've never done
Remember how I showed you the clouds did not have any... Here, I need to get back.
Yeah.
I need power. I need
think-
control.
oh, okay.
Give me power and control.
ahead.
How the clouds had nothing in them before. Marvin just wanted to see things in the clouds, right?
Yes.
But here at the end, I don't know if you noticed or not, you guys, but once he gets done with his discovering
His
is not scary,
travels.
he looks up into the clouds and suddenly he sees shapes because he has had experience. I want all of you guys to know, even if you haven't yet had a chance to go out and see the wonderful things in the world, or as many as you'd like to, you will someday. And that's one of the exciting things about growing up and getting the freedom to go do stuff.
The more stuff that is in your brain.
Yes, the more things you see when you look at the clouds.
Yes, the more your brain can do with that information.
Or when you sit down to write a story,
Yeah.
or when you sit down to draw a picture. Your experience, you guys, is your superpower, all right? And you're the only one who's had the experience
only
you've
one.
had, all right? So you are the only person who can create what you create, who can tell the stories that you can tell, who can draw the pictures you can draw, who can artfully...
Sing songs about stuff.
That's right. You
Yeah.
are the person. You
Yeah.
are the one. You, just you, only you.
How are we on our schedule here?
Oh, schedule has just gotten all... You know what? I don't even want to tell them because there's certain things we're not going to have time for now.
Man.
That we'll do the next time.
But we definitely have some jokes we gotta tell.
All right, let's do some jokes.
All right.
All right. What's...
Don't look.
Oh, I never do. I'm so well behaved. I'm disciplined.
Why did the bike fall over?
Why did the bike fall over? Because the kickstand was so rusty that it was stuck to the side of the bicycle. Because it was dizzy from spinning the wheel around. Am I ever going to get it?
I think you might.
Because... No, I'm not. I won't get it.
Okay, it was too tired.
Oh, it was.
That's a good one.
That's good. It was
That's
too
a
tired.
very
I like
clever
that.
one. I like that one.
Very good. Very
Yes.
nice. Well done.
All right.
Well done.
All right.
Whose joke was that?
That was Lamb and Turtle.
Lamb and Turtle.
They always start off at 11:55, an hour early, with a joke. So thank you.
I'm going to think of them from now on as the twins who aren't afraid of snakes.
Oh.
All right?
I'm going to think of them as the twins who show up to things way early
The twirly
and
birds?
tell a joke.
The
Yes,
twirly birds. Can you guys get monogrammed sweatshirts that say twirly birds and send a picture to us so that we can show it on the
Yes.
show? All right,
Yes.
that's your homework.
All
Whoa,
right.
lots of emoticons there.
Yes,
All right.
lots of emojis.
Any more jokes? You guys going to serve up some more jokes for us? Can I tell my joke?
Okay.
This is my joke from way back. I heard it while I was whale watching one time. I was on a boat for a whale watching trip, and we were looking to find whales, but I got so seasick that I had to lie down on a bench, and a very nice person who was taking pity on me,
How old were you?
8, 7,
okay.
something like that, mistakenly thought that telling me jokes was the best way to help me when I was in that particular situation. So here's the joke. I've never forgotten it, probably because I threw up right after I heard it.
no.
Sometimes you remember things, not because they themselves were interesting,
The situation around them
because
was so memorable.
I was lurching side to side on a boat, not seeing whales and throwing up. Okay, the joke is this, my friends. With all of that context meant to sweeten the delight. All right, why was the little cookie sad?
Why was the little cookie sad?
Why was the little cookie sad, Robbie? Why? Why was he sad?
Something about crumbles?
There might be something about something like that at one point.
It was a little crumbly?
That is so close and yet so insufficient.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm looking
good.
for.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a 2-part answer. So I applaud you for stumbling on the crumb part of it. That was a good start.
All right.
But it's just the very beginning of the brilliance of this joke.
Okay, go on.
That I heard
Tell me the
on the whale watch that day. All right. Why was little cookie sad, Robbie?
Why?
Because his mommy was so crummy.
Oh.
And his daddy was away for so long.
Oh.
His daddy was a wafer. Like a Nilla wafer.
A wafer.
His daddy was
so
a wafer
long.
so long. That's kind of like Twirly Bird, if you ask me.
It is like
yeah.
Twirly
All right.
Bird.
My joke didn't get quite the fanfare
No, I think that's a
that
good
I think
joke.
it deserved.
I would have never gotten it, though.
I have another joke
Okay.
that's inappropriate.
Yeah, let's
I'm
not do
going
that
to
one.
save it for my heart.
Okay.
All right.
DJ's got one more joke.
Let's hear it.
Did you hear about the cows that started a metal band?
No, I didn't hear about it.
What were they called?
Oh, a metal band. Metallica?
That's good.
Oh, come on. That has to be the right answer.
No, but it's even... No, that's a good one,
We have to go to
Oh,
our
right.
other friends. We
Okay,
have the free...
okay.
Guys, we're having the free-for-all, no-holds-barred, limitless dance party, rave
They're
fest.
called shredded beef.
Shredded, like...
Yes.
I'm sorry, but Metallica? Let's
Metallica's
add it.
good.
Let's add it as an acceptable
yeah,
second answer.
I like Metallica.
Shredding the beef.
All right. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you in a minute. Bye,
Come
bye,
on over.
bye,
Come
bye.
on over.
Yes.
You're a